Hey guys, Gabe here. Welcome back to the channel. I did want to give you guys an update on me and what I've been going through with testosterone. I know this is a little different because some of you guys come here strictly for Twin Flames, but I do talk about my journey as a divine masculine on this channel as well. And if you're not interested in what I have to say about the testosterone, the physical aspects about this, that doesn't mean that this video isn't for you, because I do talk about what I'm learning as I'm coming into my masculinity more and more and claiming that on a deeper level. And I feel like it may help some of you who are exploring your own polarity, like, am I a divine masculine, am I a divine feminine, what is my divine masculine going through. That some of that stuff may come through for you. So if you found this video and it feels good to keep watching, I encourage you to keep watching, even if some of the content doesn't apply to you. So my last video, which I'm gonna be re-uploading to this channel, I talked about being on testosterone for 3 months. And I, have gone through a lot of changes since then. My voice has dropped quite a bit. And I am seeing a lot of like physical strength now that I hadn't in the past, in the first couple months, of course. Like, it takes some time for all of this to come about. But I, at first, I wasn't seeing too many issues or side effects or anything like that. But about the 4th month marker, I started seeing some, side effects that were a little bit like, okay, I'm having this headache. I'm feeling kind of weird and agitated. And I really thought that might, at first I thought, like, okay, I'm just going through puberty, which I am on some level. I'm going through puberty again. But on another level, my testosterone levels were just too high. I went to the doctor and they were like, this is higher than we recommend. And I was also having a slight irritation to the medicine, the injection, I don't know what to say, the oil that it's suspended in. I was having a little bit of trouble with that as well. So they changed my prescription, they lowered my dosage, and now I'm taking it with no real issues. And they were like, well, it seems like you might be having these symptoms that are caused by having the dosage be too high, etc. And at first I was like, oh no, am I gonna have to stop testosterone? Is this something I need to work on? And I did. I have been healing on it of what does this mean for my transition? What does this mean for me claiming who I am? And for me, it was really just a call from the divine to slow down a little bit and enjoy the journey and work through the upsets that were coming up. Because during this time, I've had a lot of people on this channel and our previous channel who were, saying, oh, you're feminine, you've just been da 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 da. A lot of people are transphobe haters out there, and didn't like the fact that I discovered my masculinity on my spiritual path, and wanted to try to convince me that this was something that I was coaxed into. And while it was something that I was invited to explore on my spiritual journey, it was just kind of oh, so these people who don't actually know me that well, have decided that, I'm actually a feminine because I was born in a feminine body. And I was like, okay, thanks for knowing me better than I know me. And there was an element of I didn't suspect that I was a man for the longest time in my life. That just wasn't something that I was willing to look at in my life. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't always there. It just means that I wasn't willing to look at it. And as I've gone deeper into exploring myself, I've really started to see how I early on in my life, like I had this experience where like I was like attracted to this like, even as early as elementary school, I was like attracted to my female friend, and I didn't really know how to process that. And I just, yeah, it was just like one of those moments where like somebody called me gay for something that I did to help a friend, and I was like, what? No. I was so like triggered and thrown off guard. And throughout my life, there's been times where I've had like moments where I was like, I'm a lesbian, or I'm this, or I'm that, and like, like felt like it was real at the time, and then somebody like discouraged me because they didn't really like that, and I was like, okay, I'll just go back. I'll go back to being what you want me to be. Please love me, And I'm finally in a place where I don't care what other people think about that in that regard, because I feel more free than I've ever felt. Like being able to like express myself as a man, even if like, I was born in a female body, so my face still looks feminine. Oh no. Well, yeah, duh. I was born in a female body. Of course, my face isn't gonna. I'm not gonna fucking look like, I don't know, Ryan Gosling overnight. Like it's a process of discovering who I am, because who I am at the core is a masculine energy. It doesn't matter what body that I was born in. And for those of you out there who are discovering yourself, it's a process of exploration, and you don't have to change your physical appearance, or go on testosterone or get surgery or do whatever to explore your polarity. You can really feel into how you best like to what was proposed to me is like, how do you like to have sex? And for me, I was like, well, of course I like to receive. And the more I thought about it, I was like, I've never actually enjoyed sex with men. I've never actually enjoyed like receiving sex. I've always like been the pursuer. I've always been the one that wanted to give in the relationship. Always wanted the one that wanted to provide. And that was something that I was like, oh wow, like look at that. Look at me in all of these relationships where I was always trying to be the man, and it didn't work out for me because it wasn't my twin flame, and I was in a woman's body, whatever. But like it was always just like me trying to do this because that was like my natural inclination to do. And some of you out there, you might be thinking, well, I like to receive, I like that, I want it to be like this, blah blah blah. Like that's okay. Like it's okay to explore. It's okay to be like, I'm okay where I am right now. But if you're watching this video, there may be a reason for you to explore in one way or another. And it could be that, maybe you're feminine and you're holding on to a lot of masculine energy. This is very common because, especially the way things are in today's society, feminines tend to, try to put on those masculine qualities to be accepted in the workplace, for example. They want to give. They want to hold on to that masculine energy to kind of protect themselves. And that's, completely understandable. And, you have compassion for, and respect for the divine feminines out there who feel like they have to put on that, like, mask to really, make it in the world. But you're gonna be able to relax in your natural polarity. And, for me, who was a masculine and a feminine body, like I, was very comfortable being lazy, as far as like, I receive, but, for me, it's always felt better to actually be providing and helping people rather than just kind of sitting around. Because when I sat around, I got angry. And when I actually like was able to help people in the way that felt good for me, it felt better. And, that's something I've had to like come to terms with too. Like, oh, I gotta really like discipline myself, but at the same time, realize like what is my flow? What is my like divine blueprint as far as like giving and receiving? Because what I've done is gone the opposite way of, feeling like having a receiving block to, how God wants to like give to me as a divine masculine. And, I've had to like, okay, I need to give more. I need to still give to myself and find that balance, because it's not just if you're a divine masculine, all you do is give, or if you're a divine feminine, all you do is receive. It's a balance. And you primarily, as a feminine, give by receiving. And then when you like receive, you overflow. And when you're a masculine, you give, and then you receive back from your giving. But it may come back to you in different ways, and you just have to be like open to receiving that. If you guys are, Church of Union members, or if you're not, you should check that out over at Church of Union's YouTube channel. Ajahn Magi actually gives a really good sermon on this, about being open to receiving, regardless of what polarity you are. But for me, I had to like go and really like look into that and say like, what do I like to do as far as like giving and receiving? And some of it has been shedding a lot of old beliefs about myself, because I remember being kind of miserable, like feeling like a girl and feeling like, I was like trapped emotionally in myself. Like, oh, I have to put myself in this container and be like, I don't know. And like that never really felt good for me. I felt better. Like one of the best times I felt was I looked back at my pictures is when I was kind of in my masculine, not like knowing that I was a masculine. Like, as I was like working out every day, I was like giving my all at my workspace, and I was just like in it, and that, and like in a really good flow at that point. And that's when I met my false twin flame, is when I was in that like flow of like being who I like closer to who I really was, in that like higher vibration of myself. And I feel like you get hints along the way of who you are, and as you look back at your life, you can kind of start to see where you naturally are. And one of my friends in the community, Paco, recently said like he realized he was living a separate life. Like in his like day job, he was like putting on a mask and pretending to be a girl and like pretending to just conform to what everybody wanted. And then at home he was just like living like a dude, and that's exactly what I was doing. I had a bachelor pad at home. I was like I was just broing out, and then I would put on my girl suit and go to work, and put on my girl suit and like appear to everybody. And it never felt right. And being able to express myself freely has made me feel much more free. And like appreciating that internally and like healing through to that place is what is like helping me like realize like, oh, okay, I can like enjoy that and like identify with myself as a man, like on a spiritual level first, on a like internal level first, and then like I can either accelerate my like physical transition, or however it feels good to go from there. But God was like, hold on, slow down, stop pushing, and just enjoy this like flow of like claiming who you are. So yeah, that's kind of like what I've been going through with that, and like how you can kind of explore. Another thing I wanted to bring up was that no matter like what your polarity is, no, even if you go all the way you can go with, if you're like, what, I believe that I'm a woman, or whatever, I believe I'm a divine masculine, however it is, go as far as feels good for you to go. And if you go far, 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 and you love it all the way, and you're like, what, this actually isn't me. I'm even open to that. I'm like, if I go as far as I can go with like, claiming my masculinity, and I hit a wall and like that, that just doesn't feel like me, that's okay. For me, like, I feel like it's impossible to go back at this point, like not in a way of like, oh, I can't go back to that. It's more just like, that's not me anymore. Like, that's not who I am. Like, me, this is me, like, claiming myself and going deeper into that. Like, I'm very much a teenage boy, like, little boy in a lot of ways, and learning how to be a man. But I'm definitely, like, feeling like this is where I'm being called to go. But because this is a spiritual journey, because you are an eternal being, you can always explore as far as it feels good, and then you can stop wherever it feels good. And if you decide, like, I've been here for long enough, I'm gonna do something else, it's okay. It's safe to explore however feels good for you. And that applies to anything, not just your polarity, but like with the person that you're with. If you think they're your twin flame, like, it's okay to explore and continue to have them revealed to you. It's okay to explore and have what your dreams and desires, like, revealed to you. Like, God may have you explore going down the path of being a writer. I'm gonna write a book, and this is what I'm gonna do. And you get you write 20 pages and you're like, this is not for me anymore. This doesn't feel juicy. This doesn't feel good. And that's okay. Just take it one day at a time. So it was a caveat there for a minute, but what I wanted to say is just, like, it's okay to explore who you are and what you are, and be open to how God shows you that, because when you, like, really just live from your authentic self, and you live from a place of, like, being open to explore who you are, that's where you're going to be the happiest. It's like, this is where I'm at right now. Like, I feel like this, and this is how I express myself, and I would kind of like to be like this in the future, but this is where I'm at right now, and this feels okay, and this feels good today, and maybe it won't feel good tomorrow. And that's how you really, like, discover your true self. And I think a lot of us, and I know from my own experience, a lot of us, like, fall into that trap of I've always been this way, and I'll always be this way, because maybe that's what our parents did. I know that's definitely what my parents did, is like, well, it's always been like this, and it always will be. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. You can take some time to really explore yourself, and you don't have to base who you are off of what anyone else says, or how your parents or whoever is in your life wants you to be. It's safe to go forward and explore yourself to the fullest extent. So yeah, like, this video feels complete to me. I'll keep updating you guys on all aspects of my transition and the journey, no matter where it leads. And I hope that if you're exploring yourself, that maybe this will be inspiration to you, and just to know that you're safe no matter how you want to explore and what you want to do. You're always safe with God, and if you're following your heart. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. If you'd like to work with me, I am a certified ascension coach. I don't just do twin flames. I help people with their life purpose, with issues of polarity, claiming your true self, and claiming your abundance. Whatever it is that you're desiring in your life, ascension coaching, using the mirror exercise as taught by Jeff and Shalia can help you, and I can support you in that. So you can find my services at sacredtwinflameunion.com, and otherwise I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.